All right, welcome third graders to the 4.5 comprehension reading. We're just going to be reading the stories together, and then I will do a separate video answering the questions. So let's go ahead and get started here. This is fiction. So we're going to be learning two stories. And fiction meaning that these are not true. They are made up stories. Okay, so we have an apple a day and the pass of death. Now, normally we read the questions first, but we are just doing a simple reading of the text first to kind of get an idea of what the story is about. And then when we do the questions, I have an idea of what we're doing. Okay, let's go ahead and jump right in. The Pass of Death. Kind of a interesting title. Luca couldn't believe it when his brother Ramon said he was handing his horse Pal down to him. Ramon handed Pal his reins to Luca. I want to compete in rodeos like Papa used to. Pal's not fast enough, and he's not trained to do anything. Pal knows how to do things, said Luca. He tapped the ground with the boot and said, down. Pal lowered himself to his knees. Luca gave Pat a carrot as a reward. That's great for helping little kids get on a horse by themselves, but I'm not a little kid anymore, said Ramon. I don't need a horse that can lie down. Papa is getting me a horse that's already trained in rodeo events. Together we'll master everything, even the pass of death. What's the pass of death? Luca asked. That's when a rider rides standing up on his horseback. Then he leaps onto the back of another horse. Sounds awesome, right? Said Ramon. Sounds dangerous, said Luca. The next day, Ramon's new horse, Rocket, arrived. With Papa's help, over the next several weeks, Ramon learned how to ride Rocket in rodeo events, like barrel racing. Papa wouldn't let him practice the pass of death, though. Ramon wasn't ready, said Papa. One day, Ramon invited Luca and Pal to ride out into the fields with him and Rocket. The two boys saddled up their horses and trotted off. They came to a spot where Ramon had stacked 2 hay bales. I don't care what Papa says. I'm going to practice the path of death, said Ramon. Be my lookout. Warn me if anyone's coming. This isn't a good idea, said Luca, but Ramon was already crouching on top of Rocket. Slowly, Ramon stood up on Rocket's back. Get down, said Luca. You're going to fall. No, I'm going to jump. I'm going to practice the pass of death by leaping onto those hay bales, said Ramon. Ramon turned to face the hay bales. The heel of his boot dug into Rocket's back. Rocket whined in pain. He bucked and threw Ramon to the ground. Ramon's leg hit a big rock. Ow, my leg! Cried Ramon. He tried to stand up. He couldn't. How am I going to ride home? I can't get back on Rocket. I have an idea, said Luca. Luca climbed down from Pal. He tapped his boot next to where Ramon was on the ground. Down. Pal knelt down beside Ramon. With Luca's help, Ramon pulled himself up onto Pal's saddle. Luca climbed onto Rocket. As the boys rode for home, Ramon admitted, I sure am glad Pal knew how to lie down. Luckily, Ramon's leg was only badly bruised, but he didn't practice the pass of death again for a very long time. Okay, there is the pass of death. Let's go ahead and read an apple a day now. We have some text features here. We got the title. We have an illustration, which is a nice text feature. Do we have any bolded words? No. Okay. For as long as Anna could remember, Buttercup had been there. She had a picture of herself at age 2, perched on Buttercup's broad back. Buttercup was part of the family, if a horse could be considered family. She's got to rest now, Dad explained. His voice was rough, the way it got sometimes when he was sad. Is she going to die? Asked Anna. She tried not to cry. Oh, I wonder if I could turn on the flashlight here, because I know there's a shadow there. too late. Okay. Doc says she isn't sick, but she will have to take it easy. In horse years, Buttercup is a grandma's age now. How old is Buttercup? Asked Anna's little brother Craig. She's 30, said Mom. The same age I am, but for a horse, that is really old. She's 30, said Mom. Oops. Buttercup didn't look old. Her golden mane gleamed in the afternoon sunshine. Her big dark eyes looked bright. She didn't look like a grandma horse. So I can't ride her anymore? Asked Anna. Not as often, maybe once in a while, Doc says Dad. I know how much you love riding, Mom said, giving Anna a hug. So, your dad and I agreed we'd look into bringing another horse into our family. Maybe, said Anna. She looked out into the pasture. Buttercup had Dad's horse, Blackjack, and Mom's horse, Lady, for company. The three horses nuzzled each other. At least Buttercup wouldn't be lonely. If Anna starts riding another horse, won't Buttercup think she doesn't love her anymore? Asked Craig. Anna gasped. Will she, Dad? Will she think I don't love her? No, horses aren't like that, said Dad. Besides, loving a horse isn't about how much you ride them. You just need to be a loving owner. You can brush her, pet her, keep her stable clean. Just spend time with her, and you can still bring Buttercup her favorite treats, apples and carrots. Anna called to Buttercup. Her horse immediately trotted over. Anna took the apple out of her pocket and gave it to Buttercup. Buttercup had been waiting for that apple. She knew Anna always brought her an apple every day. Buttercup ate it quickly as usual. Chomp, chomp, gone. An apple a day, every day. Anna promised Buttercup a new horse won't change that. Anna gave her sweet horse a hug around her neck. She whispered into Buttercup's ear, so only the horse could hear her. Some days I might bring you too, but that's just our little secret. Oh, that's a cute story. Okay, so we have an apple a day. It's a fiction story. And we have the Pass of Death. Both of them are really good stories. Okay, hopefully that helped you understand the stories better by reading along together.